out there will know what this sound is. You may not know the particular game, but I remember this golden cartridge, I think it was, for memory. You know how hard this game was to fucking crack? Oh my god, I was like one of the only people that could actually crack this game that I knew of. Like in my primary school, I guess. Legit. Now, although I'm not sure how many people actually played this game, because most people play Zelda like, what the fuck do you do? Where do you start? How do you figure this shit out? Is it similar to HEX? I don't know. Similar to Bitcoin? I don't know. Similar to every financial product on the planet? I don't know. But let's see. Play the soundtrack, eh? Before. Dude. This is bringing back some fucking memories. Like, good memories. I just want to check you guys are here. Let's have a look at that. And then I'll check over on YouTube as well. I haven't got much, but I did see a post. I think it's from Hexo. And he pointed out something that the Hexagons helped him get through some tough times. It's funny you said that because I remember this particular post. Let's have a look. I remember this particular post. It was the funniest shit I've seen in a long time. I've been sick the last little bit and haven't been doing much. And you know when your sleep pattern gets all wrecked? Sometimes you're thinking about things. Sometimes you're reminiscing over some things or whatever it is. You know, just you can't sleep. It was like 3, 4 in the morning. This appears. I'm not sure. Hang on. I'm not sure how loud this audio is. It's probably not too bad. This is memeable, right? In the Hexagon ecosphere. This is gonna go down. This might be one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. Alright, so it's like 4 AM in the morning for me. Yeah, look. 4 or 8 AM, I'm like lying in bed, like, what the fuck? Can't sleep. I think the missus was next to me, passed out. I'm like feeling like shit, just wrecked. And yeah, it's sort of going through some thoughts in your mind. Not crypto related. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll go through, have a look at what's happening on X. Open this up. This.
All you guys care about is pride.
Shout out to X, this is the funniest shit. I'm not kidding. I saw that. And whatever problems I had in my mind just went away. I was like, that was the strangest shit, because it brought back this, like this music I'm listening to now. It's reminding me of memories about playing this particular game. Playing the Hex game. Hexo is going to be one of the main, very close to the main characters, I would say, other than this guy. The legend himself, Richard Hart. His account saying, I guess people like Hex. And it's showing Hex at just over a penny at that point in time. INC 225, Pulse X Pulse with the 4 zeros. Now, going back a while ago, it was, I don't know what day this was, but remember when INC was like $74? Hex was only like what? Maybe 4 or 5 cents between the two of them. INC was $74 though. It was above SAC rate, and Pulse X was also above SAC rate. So this time I'm starting to wonder what it's going to look like in terms of, is Hex going to pump hard? Is Pulse going to pump hard? Is Pulse X going to pump hard? And then INC, what is that going to do? Because I had a thought whereby with the stables and the stable pools now available, I was comparing it to a candy shop, funnily enough, and a cookie. So, may not be the best analogy, but say you have, you know, the stables, A, B, and C, and they're all stable, right? And they say they're paying 10% APR, per day, they get 10%, thereabouts, whatever the calculations are. Someone out there can correct that. and basically you're getting it paid out in stable, so that's pretty cool. Although if more people enter in, the amount becomes less, etc, etc. Everyone should know the drill. But then if you have that pool and you're earning say 10%, and then you're getting a cookie, right? And then you want to buy some candy from the candy shop. Maybe Pulse, Pulse X, INC, HEX is the candy. I don't know, you choose. Not the best analogy, but if you're getting free cookies and you're able to swap the cookies for candy, and every time you're swapping the cookies for candy, the value of the cookie of the candy is worth more, does that not increase the value of the entire shop? So that's my analogy. And seeing, I have no idea what's going on now. I've been watching since that particular meme. It's now GIF. The funniest shit. Yeah, I've been watching the HEX whale alerts. Speechless. We're seeing what, it's up 27.9%. No one's talking about this. Maybe they are, but I haven't been paying attention because I got some other stuff going on, you know, like real world stuff, cool stuff, you know, self-development, stuff that I probably should have addressed a long time ago, and now I'm starting to think real hard about this stuff. Because if, for instance, HEX does crack its all-time high, maybe it doubles it, or maybe it hits its all-time high on 2 chains, which is arguably, you know, a double, or will it hit $1 on 2 chains in a relatively short time or long time? I don't know. Will it surpass and hit something like $33 on both chains? What would that mean for INC, Pulse, Pulse X? It's like mind blowing, yeah. Now, based on what I'm seeing, I'm just seeing a lot of buys, and it's not so much buys. It's like, is it cookies being swapped for candy? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's doing. But like I said, in that analogy I was thinking of, I can't really see why that wouldn't work. Especially if you had a lot of stables and you're earning a lot of cookies. Maybe, just maybe, the candy was pretty tempting. And I thought it was funny. I was trying to explain this. It's like, how can I explain this in a simple way? It's like, well, if the candy goes up in value and you have a candy shop, maybe, just maybe, the entire candy shop goes up in value. I would say what? Pulse, Pulse X, INC, and HEX would be the candy shop. Arguably, some would argue there's some other things that may enter into that particular shop, but I would say they're different shops and they've been running a bit differently, in my opinion. It's not to say they're not part of the same economy, but different, very different. Because, yeah, that's just what I think. Now, I'm just thinking that you just leave it, it's going to be a money box. It just creates money from nothing. I don't know how long it's going to last for, but this time I'm not like petrified that it's going to wreck me financially in the upside through lack of preparedness and lack of, you know, what is it that you're actually going to do this time around. Should it hit all-time highs, crack all-time highs, destroy all-time highs? This time across multiple candies. We have HEX, we have INC, Pulse, X, and Pulse. Now, I'm pretty sure people were thinking maybe Pulse, if that does some crazy things, it could free up a lot of capital. It could create a lot of capital from thin air. The candy shop would be worth a lot. Same too with Pulse X. INC was unexpected for me. But then again, you've always got HEX, which is the king, but people don't, in the crypto sphere, maybe want to pay attention to this, but I think over time, it will go back and do some crazy things. And if people pay attention to the market cap or whatever they're looking at, maybe the bubbles will be giant. Yeah, it's going to be life-changing. It's going to be, this time, it's not about, oh, I'm going to take so much profits. It's like, no, you might not even need to. I was was like, oh, imagine this time it gets to $1, all-time highs even. What would you do? I was like, I'd sell it. Yeah, would you really want to sell the HEX? You could chuck it into a farm, or you could swap it between, you know, we've had a farm with HEX and Pulse, and what if they're both going up together at a similar rate, and you're then getting more INC, and then you're doing whatever you want with INC, maybe with another farm or whatever that strategy is, or whatever you think you want to do, and then maybe you got the stable pools creating cookies. And then, on top of that, maybe new money comes in, I don't know. I think new money would be good, yeah. Because they might see money being made. And what's the saying? Money goes to where it's treated best. Maybe some farms might be cool. Anyway, I'm going off track here. But think about that. Just imagine if you get a shit ton of HEX when your stake ends, assuming you're staking, assuming you're mining, assuming you have T-shares, assuming you want T-shares. Yeah, you could burn it all. Maintain that T-shares. But if it comes out at the right time, you're lucky enough, maybe you laddered, I hope you laddered, and it comes out in like a sweet spot, and you're sitting on a whole lot of crypto, and you're like wondering, okay, what would you do? I mean, you've had 5 years to think about this. You've got the next 15 years if you've been here since day one. Some guys have been even longer, so it's gonna be very, very nice if that happens, if that plays out for me. Personally, I'm thinking along the lines of some profits, some figure that I've got envisioned in my mind, and then farms, reducing debts, and then what else? Instead of, you know, selling the golden goose, and not using it to create more of it, something that's becoming more and more scarce, even though it does inflate, whatever. But there's only so much HEX in supply. What if it gets all bought up? Then what happens? The only HEX that will be coming onto the market will be the stuff that's coming out when it's being minted. Yeah, okay, there's a lot of mints, there's a lot of ladders out there. But it's curious what exactly that could do with something that's designed to get up to the right, like the T-share price in relation to maybe the price. I don't know. Over time, we will see how this all happens. But we know T-shares keep getting more expensive by the day. Like literally by the day, you can see them increasing. And there's also the 1 trillion Pulse X burn at this current rate. And I'm pretty sure someone mentioned before that at the lower prices, it's burning more. So what could that mean? You know how rally drivers, they have, or if it just had lights and lights go green and your reaction time is slow and you don't get, you know, off the line really that quick, later on down the road, you might be behind the car that took off quicker than you, but you're traveling at the same speed. So an extreme on that is a rally car driver. Yeah, at the beginning, if they have a bad start, then later on it just builds and builds and builds. If you ever played those games, you see like the ghost version of it going against it, and then you'll see the difference at the beginning. What it can lead to in the end can be quite a large gap to try and catch. So maybe, just maybe, like with T-shares, maybe just maybe like with the burn on Pulse X, maybe just maybe INC, I don't know so much, but maybe everything that took place in the early days on HEX and T-shares, the amount of rewards you were getting on HEX, not rewards, the amount of the T-share rate was higher, everything was cheaper, you get more of it. And now with the Pulse X, with the burning happening at a very rapid rate, I guess, versus what could happen later on, so it might cool off a little bit if prices start to like really go insane. I don't think it's to worry, honestly, because I just feel this time it's gonna be insane, and all the memes like this one are gonna be everyone who's been here this long, we're gonna be like icons or some shit in Hexaco. We could also be some weird targets, but that's maybe the scary stuff. But other than that, we literally might be icons of crypto at this point in time. those that sort of primarily focused on Hex, like they'll be like, oh my god, it's these guys, they're still around, they're still making videos, they're still doing shit. It's gonna be crazy. Imagine if Satoshi, whatever Satoshi is, representation of Satoshi, imagine if that person, people, I don't, that was still around to this day, it'd be like, bro, and they were able to not like, not talk about Ethereum, that'd be kind of hard, but not, you know what I mean, like they just focus primarily on Bitcoin, not all the forks, not all the free shit they got along the way. That'd be an insane icon. I can't help but think that might happen for a lot of the, well, a lot of the Hex skins? I'm not sure. But yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff that's not Hex related. I'm like, what the fuck's going on, man? It's freaking me out. And now we've seen the rise and fall of Hex, and now, like I said, this is what? Is episode 2 or is this episode 4? If we're talking about the Star Wars analogy, releasing like 4, 5, and 6 before 1, 2, and 3. I don't know. I guess this is number 2. Is it number 2? Yeah, it's number 2, I reckon. So we saw, you know, episode 1, the young Hex, what it did. The original all-time high was a 10,000x or some shit, like literally 55 cents basically, and 0.55. Now we've got, you know, Hex on Pulse Chain, Hex on a few other ghost chains, Hex on Ethereum, and then we've got Pulse Chain. Maybe that's like a side sequel. I don't fucking know. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, this time, just I hope you have your plan, like last time. Oh yeah, and your Hedron and your Com, and those, maybe the HSIs. I can't remember. What else? That's about it. Like, I think there might have been some other free shit. I can't remember. I'm not even sure they have liquidity anymore. But I'll close this one out very shortly, because that's all I got. Listening to Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. Man, I have not heard this shit for ages. It reminds me of running around. I used to play the game for hours on end. It felt like hours on end. And then I'll get bored of it. And in the middle of the game, there was like a fishing pond, and every time you finish a few levels, you come back and more time had passed and you got to catch bigger fish. So I guess you could compare that to, you know, maybe T-shares. I don't know, as long as you leave it, bigger they get. Something like that. Yeah, what's that new thing there? I don't know if you played computer games, Nintendo 64 specifically, back in the day. There was this game called Zelda. It was, most people were playing like, you know, normal games, and I was running around playing Zelda. It's like people couldn't even figure out what to do. But yeah, I enjoyed it thoroughly. No, what happened? Was it good? I have not been watching nothing. The funniest thing I was saying was this meme by Hex. So I was like up real late at night thinking about some stuff and just like mulling deep in my thoughts. This pops up, comes along, I play it. It's the funniest shit in this one.
All you guys care about is price. Leave Hex alone. All you guys care about is
Instantly. Oh, really? Nice. Nah, I missed that. Most of you guys are most likely, like I was saying before, you're all gonna be icons. I might be included. I don't know. I'm kind of in the shadows, but can you imagine? Just imagine all of that. Hex doing all-time highs, multiples of all-time highs in what I call the second story of the show. Hexo will be one of the main characters after, of course, Sir Richard. The main character. We're very high up there. Finbear, you'll be up there too, man. You'll be like you'll be pretty high up there on the chessboard, I'd say. But yeah. I'm enjoying this price movement, like, but the funny thing is, I can't do shit because everything is like staked and locked, and I'm like, it is what it is. You could buy some more. I could buy some more maybe and sort of help take away all the supply. And then imagine if everything gets bought up off the market and everything is just, and then not only bought up, locked away, and then the only stuff coming out is from the stakes, and it's all on chain, and you can see what's happening while people are farming. While people are farming the even the stable pools, and they're getting their free cookies, and they're getting their INC, and maybe they're using all of that to buy up all the hex. And it's like, what? So what could happen? Yeah, people could dump, I guess, but if I were to get a big giant juicy stake in hex, price was like 10x from here, even like $1, in theory. I don't think I'll be just market dumping it. Like I said, I would be farming, making more farms, maybe some stables, maybe like stable farms, and yeah, just like self-feeding money making machine. It'd be crazy. Ugh. Nice, dude. I was making these like little doing these little DCAs from the gig economy stuff, and then I got to the point I'm like, oh, this is fucked. I was going to do some other stuff in the real world. I ended up buying a new shotgun. It's like a Silver Pigeon down the line Australian version. Basically that thing keeps increasing by X amount every year. I was gonna buy one about 3-4 years ago. That's how long this, like when I got these images of the other shotgun, the Churchill. And since then, it's gone up, probably, it's doubled in price, or basically doubled. And the longer I left it, I'm like, so I got a second-hand one, it's left hand. It's pretty nice. I don't think I can actually show it on stream live because YouTube has this weird, like, if you start bringing out firearms, they get all sensitive about the topic. Because, you know, it could go either way. Even if you're doing everything, like, legally and lawfully. And then, so I bought this shotgun. It was about $2 grand something, and I'm just looking at it now going, god damn it, that could have been so much hex. So that's my story. So forever now, I made a joke to my old man. I said, I bet you if I can buy this thing instead of buying crypto, and the price of this shit pumps, and I will forever look at this shotgun and it will be my biggest regret. And at the current rate, when I got this shotgun, it was like, it's done a 3x, so I could have bought that. Could have, would have, should have. I could have bought the shotgun amount. I could have used that money instead of buying the shotgun. Bought some hex, sat on it for not even a month, 3 weeks, tripled the money, and then sold the amount I needed, the initial investment, and then I could have staked away the rest or something like that. Or yeah, you know what I mean. Life's funny like that. But that's about it. What the heck? So does that show still, it's like still on? Because I'm just like fatigued out with all, like, everything. It's bad enough. I've been jumping on Insta a little bit. I'm thinking I might try and build an Insta presence, and I don't know, at this rate, man, I might be like trying to hit up the dating scene. I don't know. I run into a lot of money or not. It's hard to say, but it's very interesting. Being able to like just make some Insta, just how many people are on there. I was like going through, I'm like, what the fuck, going through all these people, and then like I found some people in my city, and I'm like, huh, that's pretty cool. I was able to do that. But yeah, let's see what happens, eh? But then I was jumping on there also, and there's still a decent presence of hexagons, like old school hexagons. Yeah, old school hexagons. Lambos and shit. I'm like, that is pretty impressive. I thought it was pretty impressive. The problem is with Insta, there's so many, I think, imposter accounts. It's just frustrating as hell. But yeah, it's gonna be very cool. But to keep, I've been watching the prices go up and up. I'm like, what the fuck's going on, man? Like, I hit refresh, come back, price increased just slightly. Like, it's been decent. And I'm just sitting watching farms going, well, should I sell some INC? Should I now buy Hex with it? Or I was gonna rip some out just for, like I said, I've been sick. Like, just wrecked. Pull out a little bit for some income. But I'm like, pfft, at this rate, just leave it and maybe go some more. Because I watched it just get decimated. I'm like, oh, bro, there's no way I'm touching it now. But I can't wait for some big juicy stakes to end just to see if I'm able to catch that sweet spot. Because if I can, most likely more farms, maybe more stable, maybe stable farms, I don't know. Most likely farms. And then that way, you know, won't have to like just destroy all the like, you know, lock in like insane gains. Unless of course you got some losses, it might not be the worst. But yeah, it just depends how you're all set up yourself, you know. Can you find INC HEX ratio somewhere? No idea. Nah, probably not. Unless you got a website. I don't think I read somewhere the ratios are all like kind of like out of whack. I don't know what that means though, because might be a smart way to trade some for HEX. Well, I did wonder that ages ago, but people didn't seem to like HEX, and I'm pretty sure they were like dumping INC, because if you're just generating a shit ton of INC, I would have thought people would be dumping it into Pulse and PulseX because it was like such a low ratio. But I guess if it's a big if INC keeps doing its thing, but if HEX keeps doing its thing, it might not be a bad idea. I don't know if you'd swap back though, that's the thing. So thinking like 4 or 5 steps ahead, if you swapped out, so you have a lot of INC, you buy, so whatever, so get some HEX, trade, swap, whatever, get some HEX, that thing moons hard as like it goes, and then I guess you could go back and buy some more INC if that's what you wanted to do, I don't know. Or is it the dump-ish token, but you're still farming it from your farms, one would assume. But yeah, I don't know. Because I'm on the fence now. I'm thinking, well, maybe I could just take some INC, because like I said, my particular situation, bit wrecked, need some income, small amount of income. If I wanted to sell anything, Pulse, PulseX, INC or HEX, INC is just the no-brainer for me. But yeah. Where would we find the ratio? INC HEX ratio. INC. I might have a save somewhere, I don't know. You might be able to get a PulseX itself. Maybe look at the data over there. Let's see if I've got anything saved. If not. I wonder if because I think the rate of INC starts to slow down, and then as it slows down, I guess it becomes more scarce in theory, and then as it becomes more scarce, you know, maybe price go up. But then if the ratios are out on HEX and you're getting a better, I'm assuming it means you get a better value for INC to HEX. Interesting. But yeah, if anyone else is listening to this, to do as you wish. I'm just sort of in my own little mind reminiscing on the Zelda Ocarina of Time, when times were better. Deck screener. Alright, we'll check out deck screener. I'm running the INC. I think it's INC supply android.app. I don't know if I need to be connected to anything, but pretty sure you've seen this one. Deck screener. So what do you reckon? Deck screener, INC hex. Let's have a look. What do we got? Deck screener has to be on pulse chain. Maybe pulls it out. What's it? INC. So then it depends on V1, V2 as well. Yay. V3. Fuck. It's different fucking. You could go by INC hex. V2. What we got? Put up over here, guys. What do we got? Liquidity. Deck screener. Yeah, this thing, I just ran this thing and like, it's interesting how. Let's go check my fucking screen. Yeah, it's right. So what do we got? So it's not absolutely dead, but you know what I mean? Like it was annualized inflation, like what? Whatever the fuck that number is. 71,808% all the way down here. I guess that's where launch-ish was. Should have been savage. I waited. I didn't want to touch nothing because I knew I would get wrecked on the impermanent loss side of the Pulse X. Although I probably missed out on a lot of INC, especially when it was worth a lot more. But now, we're sitting about here, I think, people. If anyone catches this? Yeah. 74.08. He's dropping, but it's not, you know, was it September? But versus a year ago, it's dropping a bit. I'm not sure how low it will actually get, you know. An inflation rate, current supply. Okay, so yeah. So I'm thinking as there's less current supply over time, supply, you know, is less. Maybe it gets worth more. I guess that would mess with the INC ratio. Hang on, I'll go back to chat. Sorry, man. Nah, I can't see nothing here. All I can see is what do we got? Liquidity, market cap, movement. I've got nothing saved. Not a lot of action, really. I'm not a trader. I don't know any fancy MACDs and shit like that. Never made any money off them, I'll tell you that. You could go in and see what wallets are doing, but there's very tiny amounts being sold and moved around. Like INC, that is. Still fucking moving, that's crazy. Seems to be, I don't know if you remember there were some videos and it was like, if you were to sell, in theory, something like HEX to a stable, it might hurt the price of HEX, but if you were to sell it to something like Pulse X, that's not a stable, it may not hurt the price as much. It's just fascinating since the triple LP came out with all the stables. It would make sense to have someone there and it's executing faster, quicker. And then because it's executing faster, quicker, people are making profits on that. And then if you're, you know, entering in your buys and sells, it's going to profit. Or, yeah, that's big. is more profitable. And then if you've got those stable pools, you're earning, I call them cookies. The more stables, you know. And then you're able to swap them over for some candy. Candy being HEX, I would say. Or Pulse Chain, Pulse X, INC maybe. And then as those 4 items in the candy shop are all candy, the price of the fucking candy store, it's going to be worth a lot more. A whole lot more. So we got HEX buying for INC. I did see some sales in there though as well, but it's just interesting. But yeah, no, I can't find any, I got nothing. What do we got? Ratio. Where would you pull the ratio from? Thinking live on stream. Unplanned, unscripted, unedited. Free speech. Because code is free speech. Now, this is probably worth... When you say ratio, do you mean like ratio in terms of total current supply of INC versus total current supply of HEX on market? And then, I mean, you could exclude OA or whatever, and then you could exclude... No, that's probably what you exclude. Yeah. Okay, so current supply would be reducing on INC side. Okay. I'm glad I've got the music to help me think. I'm stuck in a dungeon in Zelda. I'm like thinking, what is this challenge I've been set by Finver? How do I get the rupees? Maybe I shoot the arrow over here, you know, light the fire up. Smash a vase or two. Light up a tiki torch. Market cap. Yeah, unboxing something right now. Finding those bottles, you need the bottles. Liquidity, it's got it in. It's not that much though. The fuck? Huh. Is this just like the infinite? Has the switch just been turned on and it's like the money printer? Goes burr. I'm just starting to wonder. Not to get everyone hopes up, but you know. I would not object if that is what takes place. I tell you, I've been waiting a long time. I'm looking for V1. What do we got? Let's see, posts. Fucking billion different peoples. V1. Should I really gotta filter this shit? It'd be interesting to see the pools between USDC Dine and whatever the other one is, Tether, I think. Is that the fuck? Free cookies. Be like a cookie monster. Cookies. V2, we're looking at V2. Where's V1? Is there no INC V1? Can't be right. I tell you one thing though, I definitely know I'm not in love. I'm not falling out of love with HEX, that is for sure. Maybe we'll go HEX INC. HEX INC. Pretty sure everything will be pumping right now. It has to be, right? We've got V3 on that other one. V1, I finally found it. Fucking hell. Why was that so hard? Should have been that hard. V1. So we got INC through the decks, Pulse X on V1. And there is fuck all movement. These little tiny trades. Huh. Maybe there's no one else here, you know, to dump on everyone's head. Maybe they're all dumped out. The war's over, people. Great sacrifices had to be made for this battle, as you saw in the first episode of the Hex Wars. We lost many soldiers, many people turned, many people showed their true colors, and still claim to be Hexkins. How interesting. How interesting. This is pretty low volume turnover. It can't be right. Where the fuck's the movement then? If we're... Unless it's just the big accounts, big wallets, or the big alerts being picked up by, you know, Hex alerts on Pulse Chain. So an hour ago, that's pretty fucking big. 39,000. 0.1k INC. So what? I don't want to go on that one here. Hang on. Glad I got my thinking music. So, was it V1 or V2? An hour ago, we'll try and track it down. It has to be V2, because like 27. The fuck? Oh, it's only just ticked over though, maybe. No? Where the fuck is it? Okay, so I said it ran through PT as whatever, timestamp, okay. Action swap, 39,000 fucking INC. Because like, relative to this other stuff, it's like 0.0024. These tiny little trees, look at that. Crypto's become sentient, it's figured out how to grow for infinity. It's alive, people. You know why? Because of low fees. Ethereum bros, check us out. What the fuck? Where is this thing? PTS. Unless it like... Can it split it? I keep forgetting this is streaming. Sorry, everyone. I'll put you to sleep. So 12. Where did it go? Shall we go pulse, eh? I like Go Pulse. Interesting. Yeah, I can't see it. The X screen anyway. But yeah, that's about it, people. I think we're pumping. Finally. Or maybe this is it, maybe we're just hovering now. We're just chilling, waiting for the dust to settle. See who's going to come in and try and sell, dump on everyone's heads, you know. Because apparently people aren't sick of the... Want to make a video like Hex, right? Leave Hex alone. We get Hex price. Fuck, man. That was the funniest shit. Oh. It did something as well, just like cleared my mind. I was like, huh. Oh yeah, I have crypto. Life's not that bad. Sort of tell the world, be like, have you heard of this stuff, crypto? It's fucking free money, and if you have enough. God damn. All the dumpers are out. Man, it seems to, well, I don't know. I can't tell. I haven't looked on the wallets or whatever. But you'd think, you know, it's gone up once, twice, 3 times. Maybe some people who usually would be dumping, maybe they'll be dumping again, but they don't seem to be. So I'm like, huh, maybe that's a good sign, or maybe they're going to actually delay the gratification and have some patience instead of rushing it and just destroying everything. I get the feeling there's someone looking over your shoulder. Strange as shit. Alright, have a good one, Fimbo. Good to see you. Tint up, thank you. What do we got? What do we got? Not much, really. I changed a bit of the camera angle. I think I'll close it out here because I was going through the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, reminiscing of that. We got Super Mario World. What's this? No way. Instead of playing video games, have you ever like watched the actual people play video games? It's really strange. It's like I could never play every fucking video game in the entire world. Why? I could never finish every game. So maybe I could watch every game on 2x speed. Oh yeah. This is a remix. Like channeling my inner child right now pretty hard. Crazy. Refresh. See now, what's it called? I watched Kettle Never Boils. Yeah, I'll close it out here. Tempted to live stream. Just live stream the fucking Go Pulse, refreshing at intervals. But yeah, it's interesting to see how low this inflation actually gets on INC. Given it's like, you know, almost what, the end of September? Pretty soon, end of month. Oh, end of month. Oh, a billion bills come out end of month. But yeah. Maybe if a company's revenue comes in end of month, so. Alright, I will close this one out, man. I'm not sure anyone else is coming. Calvary's just not coming, boys. She's not coming, ladies and gentlemen. It's just you and me. That's it. But maybe, just maybe, some people have stopped dumping, and maybe, just maybe, we might see some interesting stuff take place. No guarantees. No financial advice. Purely for entertainment purposes. And I wonder how many copy strikes I'll get for playing this music. I really wonder. Alright, free speech signing out.